This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hello everybody, welcome to the third round, the second round, third match. I'm sorry, I'm really mixed up here. First of all, it's just nice to finally be in focus in the camera. The big dummy could not figure it out. It's been a long time since I've been on camera, and I was not giving my spots where I have to be in camera, so I apologize for last week not being within camera range. But we have that all figured out, and we have a fantastic, tremendous match. Without further ado, it is round two, the final match of the round, and we will determine who will get a bye to the championship. Next week will be round three, and it will be a playoff to see who plays our competitors. Whoever moves on, we will find out who will be in the championship and who will be playing to meet that person in the championship. Without further ado, we have a part 3 and a part 4. Get ready. Table Golf Association. The greatest golf game ever made. A new Kickstarter coming May 14th, so be aware of that. And coming to Miniature Market soon. Be ready. I can't wait for you all to get this. Without further ado, let me go meet the big dummy up at the booth, and let's call this match and let's get it on. Yes! So we are going to open up with a par 3, a very strange one at that. There is a very small area that they can actually land the ball without too much of a penalty, but they've got to watch the wind. This is where you really need to get it on the green in the first shot. I agree with you there, big fella. This is not going to be an easy hole, but this is what they get for being the last group. Round 2, match 3. It comes down to our two competitors. It's going to be Lucy Lucky Lou versus Charles Clifter. Now, Lucy, a shot in the trees can be moved to an adjacent rough or fairway if both terrains are adjacent. Player decides. And then, of course, Charles has the ability, shot in a cliff follows normal placement rules, but does not suffer a one-stroke penalty. Really big thing there for both their abilities. Lucy's going to be yellow and Charles is going to be red, and then we're going to roll off, and we'll get at the last match before the championship. We'll find out who is our semifinal. Who's going to get the bye? Right now, Danny at -2 leads. It really comes down who's going to play Izzy possibly, unless one of these two really score low, and we'll have to see how that turns out. Well, I'll be honest with you, with the way things have gone here, it doesn't look good for either one of them. It seems they tend to choke when they are on camera here, for sure. I can't disagree with that. So before we get going, we'll start spinning for wind. So we're going to spin to see where the wind is going. Our player here and then our target. We're going to match that up perfectly. Spin, and wow, what a good spin that was. The ball will be going towards the east if we have any wind. And yes, we do have wind, folks. So they really got to think their shot out. Now Lucy gets to go first, so we'll see how she makes out. We'll see how lucky Lucy is, that's for sure. So let's see how this all plays out. This should be very interesting. All right, Lucy's at the tee here. Let's get our third match to find out who could possibly be facing Izzy, or to be honest with you, who will be does Danny play Izzy? I mean, we don't know. We're going to have to see who has a lower score and start out. Lucy is going to be starting out right now. Here she goes. Good luck, Lucy. Oh, that's a great ball. That's a fantastic ball. Wow, we got off to a great start. Last week was a hole-in-one, and this time it looks like we may end up with a birdie if she can finish this off. And I wonder if Charles will feel the pressure. I don't know. We'll have to see, buddy. That's for sure. Looks like it's going to be a really good shot here. And oh, Lucy catches it on the lid. Oh, no. Total disaster. Unbelievable. Short putt. Too much pressure. And she gets it in, and she will par that hole. That leaves it wide open for Charles. It sure does. If anybody I thought that was going to go off the cliff, it was going to be Charles. I mean, his last name is Clifford. I didn't think Lucy would go off the cliff so quickly. Good way to put that, fella, but we'll have to see how this all ends up. And, well, you know something. We did not include the win there. Oh, boy. Let's take a look at if that would have made a difference going in. No, I think it. Yes, I think it would. We're gonna have to take a reshot there. She ended up right here, and I think we have to be fair and do that over again. She's complaining to the officials, and actually the ball should have been right here because of the wind, the way the wind went. So let's see how she does. We were able to catch this. Thank God for our videotape that we were going over. I thought there was something wrong there, but a little controversy. But fortunately, the officials here are very fair. Let's see if she can get the birdie here. And she does. And she does. Now that Charles is complaining to the officials that it should stand, that she should be at a 3. We have a little bit of controversy here. But they're going to let it stand. What would golf be without a little controversy? Personally, I want to see them throw down a little bit, you know. Some of these guys, you know, they got arms like pipe cleaners. Really. I mean, let's be honest. The most activity they get is swinging the club and down, with the other hand, downing some whiskey. What can I tell you? All right. It is going to be Charles for the second hole. Let's see if he's rattled by this whole event, or do we have a clutch player here? We will find out. Let's see how it works out for Charles. Yeah, you know, he's standing. He backed away from the hole. He's a little upset. I can understand why. This is just unheard of. But, you know, they did do the right thing. The ball wasn't placed correctly. So, you know, Lucy took her shot, but the rules stand. It states that the wind will affect it, and they feel that they did the right thing here. All right, let's see how we make out here. All right. Charles with a big shot. Oh, no. Oh, no, he was too mad, I have a feeling. It was a little bit too much for him. He was pretty ticked off. He's going to have to hold this. But this is not a really bad thing for him. He's in the rough a little bit. He can use any finger on his non-dominant hand. Let's see how this turns out. If he can sink this, we've really got a barn burner here. Oh, he lipped it. But again, we forgot the win. I don't think it would affect it. Charles has a choice to take a reshot. And Charles is going to invoke the rule too, saying that, hey, I was cheated. This should have gone over a little bit. I should have been a little bit closer. And again, wow, the official's not making the call properly. But the golfer has to be aware of the rule too. So he complained to the officials. Lucy's upset now. We've got controversy all over the place. He does get a reshot, a second shot. It would not affect where the ball was placed as far as penalties being in the rough. Let's see if he can get it in this time. Oh, this time he gets it in. And boy, we're tied up at -1. That's a birdie. Clutch. Feeling that he got some validation there for what had happened to him prior. So, wow, really off to a tremendous start. Both players at -1. Danny's sweating it a little bit, but we're going to head over to the par 4. And boy, do we have a doozy of a par 4 here. You're really going to need to hit a really good shot here. You're going to want to try to angle the ball at least and keep it on to the fairway here. There is a lot of danger here. There are trees, there are hills that can affect everything. We have a cliff on a couple of sides, and the green is completely surrounded by hazards that are going to be a problem. You're going to have to hit a good shot. This is a very, very tough hole, and this is what you get for playing match 3. I have to agree. This is, after all the controversy that we saw today, these golfers here have a chance to go -2, but I'll be honest with you, this is not going to be easy whatsoever. They are going to need the birdie and or eagle to get ahead, but this is a very, very tough hole. It is the luck of the draw. Let's find out if there is any wind. And boy, after some of the rules mess, oh wow, the ball is going to be moving that way if we have the wind. And no, there's going to be no wind, so we will not have a wind problem here. Charles and Lucy won't even look at each other. They're pretty hot over some of the rulings, and it's going to be Lucy setting the tone here. Let's see what she's going to do here. She really has to hit a good ball here if she wants to even be in the game here. Trees will not be a problem for her, but boy, this is not going to be easy. Let's see how it turns out. Let's see how lucky Lou is. Get it, Lucky Lou? No, huh? All right. Wait a minute. Before she's looking over to some of the areas and just asking for an adjustment from the greenskeeper. The one thing I can tell you about this event is that the greens are just kept beautifully. I have to agree with you. This is a beautiful course. Some of the best course materials I've ever seen. All right, here we go. We have to be quiet. Lucy looks set, poised, and together. Here we go. Wow, that's a good ball. That's a tremendous ball by Lucy. It looked like it kind of hit something there, but no. There's no problem. There's no wind, so we don't have to worry about that. If Lucy can sink a 2 here, she'll be -3. -3. Wow. That would be incredible. That would knock Danny out. Actually, it would knock Danny to play Izzy if she was able to hold on. But Charles would have to do better. Let's see how it turns out. Oh, she went too far, but she went to the woods. And that's where she doesn't take a penalty. A shot in the trees can be moved to an adjacent rough or fairway. She would be moved to the rough. She would be moved to the rough. And I think that's an adjacent. And it's not going to mess her up. Really, really, really lucky. She could get out of here with a -2. Wow. That would be impressive. Let's see how she makes out. And she does. And she does. She birdies the hole. Tremendous golf is what we're having here. Lucy, -2 for the tournament. Is that going to be enough? That's going to put a lot of pressure on Charles. What do you think, Tiger? Boy, Charles is under the gun. But he does have that rule that may help him. That if he sees disaster here, that he would have to... he can get out of a cliff problem with no penalty. So that he could shoot pretty hard and aim for those cliffs over there and end up all right. Let's see how it turns out. It'll be interesting. I have to agree with you, Tiger. This is just one of those tremendous. He's just asking for a little adjustment himself. You can't blame him there. You can't blame him there. Let's see how this turns out a little bit. We're just going to adjust the camera a little bit there so we get a good angle of this shot. This is a critical shot here. Let's see how it turns out. Beautiful shot. Beautiful. Both golfers are just showing their A game right onto the fairway. This shot can sink it all and really set the tone. Charles Clifton for the win with this hit. If he can hold out. What a match this has been. Let's see how it turns out. All right, let's see how it turns out, big fella. This is going to be interesting. Charles Clifford for the win. Oh, he just lips it. He lips it. Incredible. Incredible. And he's going to go, and he does. He gets it in, and boy, we have a tie match here at -2. -2. And the referees have decided that they are going to play the hole again. And they're going to play this hole over again. The lowest score will win. And whoever wins will move on. So we will be playing this par 4 again instead of closest to the hole, because this is a very difficult hole. So they are going to play the hole again, because right now we have a 3-way tie. And well, because of the difficulty of this particular hole, it really comes down to Lucy or Charles to advance. Whoever wins this will get the bye due to hole difficulty, and that's how the officials have rated this. So Danny has basically effectively knocked Izzy out. So the score will not have any effect on this. It's whoever wins this hole moves on. And because of the hole difficulties that we have experienced here, Danny had an easier hole difficulty and rating on his hole. So the winner of this will move on to a bye, and we will see them. They get a spot in the championship. What do you think about that, Tiger? Very fair. Well done by our officials. Let's see how it turns out. It's going to be interesting. Lucy is going to go first. The pressure is really on. Can we get more good golf out of them? I hope so. This has been a wonderful, wonderful match. It's been a real pleasure to call this, that's for sure. All right, let's see how they make out. No wind. We will not re-roll the wind. It is the same hole, same conditions. Oh, just barely hangs on. That is going to be in the rough. She is going to have to hit that in from there. Wow, incredible. Incredible. And let's see. Do we even have that in our camera angle? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, let's just make sure that we have that in there. Let's see how she does. All she has to do is hit it in here. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Charles. The ball, as you can see, this is hanging off. It would almost be out of bounds, but the rule is if the ball is where it lies, exactly where it lies. Offhand, from the rough. And she sinks it for an eagle. Wow, we've had some tremendous golf here. Tremendous. Lucy putting the screws into Charles here. Let's see how it works out. Charles feeling the desperation of it. Let's see how Charles is going to respond. This can be for it all. Here we go, Charles. This has been some of the best golf we have seen in quite some time. I have to admit, we're going to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see. All right, we want to make sure that we get everything in. We are not professionals here. But I will tell you this much: this has been as about as fun as it can get. Groundskeeper just waiting for Charles. Charles just making sure that everything is perfect as it should be on a championship course like this. Let's see how we do. What a match! Best match of the round. Beautiful hit. Beautiful hit. I mean, right in the fairway. Charles really just making a great clutch shot and asking for more. Here we go. Let's see how it works out. Can he sink this to keep his life alive? Oh, he just shakes a little bit. It was a great ball on the green. If only we had some wind or anything. He just draws it to the right. The ball just moved and just went around the hole almost. And wow, Lucy will move on to the championship. Danny will play Izzy next week. Yes, it's Danny and Izzy next week to see who will play Lucy. Danny, who had it wrapped up, he felt, but Lucy with just the better hole difficulty. And let's be honest, the Eagle here putting a lot of pressure on Charles. And wow, what a nice gesture. Lucy comes over, shakes Charles' hand. Lucy is going to be moving on. Absolutely great sportsmanship here at the Arena Open. This is just a fantastic, fantastic sportsmanship. That's what I like to see. Congratulations to Lucy. Let's head it up top and talk about this fantastic match and what you can expect to see next week. What a match. What a match. Fantastic. Great golf. Two fantastic competitors that deserve to move on. But only one can move on. And Lucy with the bye. She will be waiting for the winner of Danny and Izzy, which will play next week. And then they will be playing for the Golden Chalice. What more can you want? What more can you strive for in life than to play for this great award? These are what sports moments are made for. And Charles playing so well and losing, not choking like those Bruins. Go Leafs, go Leafs. Without further ado, folks, I'm going to hand it over to my friend to take us on out of here. Great match. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Until next time, it's the Tiger. Out. Later, my friends. Over to you, big dummy. Thank you, big fella. Wow, what a match. And this is how this game is just so exciting. This is what this game can do. It can create a tremendous tension. We got a couple of rules screwed up in the beginning. You always forget the wind for some reason because you're so into hitting the ball, and it's so much fun. And this is by far one of my. I've never played a dexterity game that I loved as much as I love this game. And, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that there is a Kickstarter May 14th for a family edition of this. You really want to support that. It's a little more affordable for those of you that can't afford that. John's got something in his mind, so let's see what it is. And we'll help John any way that he needs or anything from us because we really believe in this game. And, it's just fantastic. Also, it should be at Miniature Market soon. So if you're looking to get this, you can get it, or you can just go to Table Golf Association and pick it up, and you will not be disappointed with something as fantastic as this. I really suggest you pick it up. I think it's a great game. It's so much fun. It's different all the time. It's never the same. We play 2 holes here with you guys. But, we have developed 14 holes that I was messing around and playing with. The driving range that you can pick up, the European, which after this tournament, all our golfers and 2 new golfers are going to be competing for the European Championship. And we're looking forward to bringing that to you. I know the Tiger is too. He's a big fan of course, European football, so why not European golf? Of course, it's the Tiger. He loves everything sports. Again, we'll see you next week with another fantastic matchup. Congratulations to Lucy, and a big shout out for Charles, who just barely missed it, sending it into overtime yet again. But Lucy's going to move on. She's got the bye. We'll see how Danny and Izzy do. It should be a barn burner. Join us next week, same time, every Thursday, and be ready for another Table Golf Association match. Boy, today was exciting, and that's how great this game could be. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob, and for the Tiger, we'll see you soon, everybody.